cases of fire incidents in schools in 2022 to 50 cases reported and responded to in 2023. The other figures are presented on the board, but the explanation is that there was concerted effort, particularly dedicated, focused with special zeal and attention to fire safety promotion in schools in all the regions of the country, involving all major stakeholders in the educational sector. And that accounts for that good reduction of 23% from 65 to 50 cases. And the momentum and dedicated focus on that continues so that we can register better results this year. I thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Now, on Monday, during the IGP's briefing, where Mr. Nanga normally chairs, the directors of operations, fire, CID, and traffic will be there to answer the journalists' questions. I'm sure journalists will have internalized this so that you take time on Monday, not here today, but on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, all said and done, I now take this singular honor to launch the Uganda Police Force Annual Crime Report for 2023. Thank you very much. It is here. You may now distribute those copies to our guests and whoever deserves it. I don't know whether the press, the media deserve it also. Mr. Nanga, over to you. We have launched this here, if you want more. That I must stand up over here. Okay, now, you see, having Mr. Nanga as the PR who is very, very strategic, he has advised me that there are strategic partners who need to say a word or two. Madam DPP, my lord. Then Senior Jailos Technical, you will come next. I don't know, does the Financial Intelligence Authority also need to say something? Okay, you think aloud within yourself. Thank you, DPP.
Thank you, my brother, the IGP, and thank you, Mr. Nanga, for remembering the strategic partners. I want to join the IGP and all of us to congratulate you, the CID and the security agencies. I know that you did so much work to put this together. I was almost saying, I think the next one we are going to join, and we say the joint. You know, this is a very good accountability, my brother, very good accountability to the nation, because we have the mandate to work for the people. Just a few things that I noted, that the numbers, we should be able to interpret these numbers positively. I want to say the reduced crime rate, congratulations. CID, the security agencies, that's why we are moving even from prosecution-guided investigations to actually intelligence-guided, because most of the offenses IGP, we actually get them from intelligence. Then the intelligence, the police work on it, plus our prosecutors, and turn them to evidence. So we want to have that collaboration strengthened. I am also looking at the cases dismissed. This is a bit of an indictment on all of us. And I think the cry has been, we don't summon witnesses. I don't know what is happening. We do not summon witnesses. So most of these cases which are dismissed are actually that witnesses did not come because they were not summoned. So we need to refocus and put more funds on summoning of witnesses. My brother IGP, the judiciary is increasing every single, let me say, month. They're recruiting. This puts pressure on you, this puts pressure on me and the other criminal justice actors. So we need to speak one voice, that we need to increase numbers. We need more boots on the ground for the office of the DPP, for the police, and other criminal agencies, because then we all deliver as one. What do we need to do? Apart from increasing boots on the ground, we need to retool. We need the tools to do our work. We need to relearn, capacity building. Almost all the crimes are being committed by use of some kind of technology. Even a simple assault now is committed by use of technology. So we need to retool our foot soldiers. And definitely, I was just looking at the guidelines that have been put by the Chief Justice. They have streamlined the bail in the courts of law and brought some kind of sanity. I was just thinking in the lines of police bond. Shouldn't we be thinking of putting guidelines for police bond? There are some offenses where you cannot give police bond, like terrorism. Can you give a police bond? Because you'll wake up one time and someone deep in Amuru has given a suspect of terrorism a police bond. Will you ever see that person? You will never see them. So I think we need to sit down and come up with guidelines on police bond. Which are the offenses you can give? Which are the, of course, and also collection, processing, and storage of exhibits. When I say this, of course, the media is going to jump and say 48 hours. But 48 hours should really be looked at in terms of, we should look at, do we have enough numbers? IGP, your investigators will tell you that they go to a particular station and are waiting for one state attorney who is appearing before 4 judicial officers to sanction a charge. The police officers wait there until evening. They go back. That's one day. Almost 12 hours gone. The next day they come back. The state attorney is in a high court session, which starts from 8 to around 6, sometimes even 7. And then 48 hours go. And then we say the police are over-detaining. These 48 hours, we need this conversation. It has to be at the backdrop of, do we have enough staff on the ground? Every state attorney, every judicial officer should have 2 state attorneys serving them. But now it is the opposite. It is 1 state attorney against 4 judicial officers. The judicial officers are sitting, waiting in court for the state attorney to come. So that's the problem we are having. And of course, I'm so happy to hear about the holding cells, that they are being improved. I'm also happy about the introduction of disciplinary courts in all districts. So I'm thinking that the Human Rights Enforcement Act is going to become redundant, because I don't think they will be having any candidates to go there. And with these few remarks, I just want once again to congratulate you and to tell you without really fear of contradiction that we are having a very good working relationship with the Director CID and with the Director ISO, with Crime Intelligence and CMI. We really work as one. And most of the the cases that we have recently investigated jointly, because even me now I guide in the investigations. We have done it in record time because all the agencies have been working together as one. So that's why I call Director CID my twin. The Constitution makes him my twin because without him, there's no one for me to direct. So at least I have someone to direct. So with those few remarks, I want to thank you and congratulate once again for God and my country. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, my Lord, for those good remarks. The media you have had, you are not mentioned as being a partner with us. So it is up to you to pull up your sleeves now. Can we hear from the Senior Technical Advisor, Jailos, Madam Rachel? Thank you very much. Mr. Wairagala, I thought you would have accompanied her. Supposing something happens to her. You are supposed to be an escort, my friend.
Our chief guest this morning, the Inspector General of Police, the Deputy Inspector General, and the entire police management, my Lord the DPP, representatives of the security forces, colleagues from the justice institutions, colleagues from civil society, from other government agencies, from the media, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, allow me to take this opportunity to congratulate the IGP and the entire police force for the hard work that has been done to put together this annual crime report and to have it ready very early in the year. We appreciate this. For the justice institutions, there are documents that we have as our key reference points for decision making. The information that we use that informs the investments, that informs the future action, that informs our areas of reform. And one of these is the annual police report. So now, whenever we receive it in time, it comes at a point in time when it makes it very easy for us to make decisions, particularly in our budgeting processes, which are ongoing now, and inform what we're going to do over the next few years. So we really appreciate that, and we congratulate you all on this achievement and for the hard work that has gone into producing this report. We've had a chance to hear some of the statistics very briefly and a quick glance. As the justice institutions, we hope that we will have an opportunity to discuss them in depth, to have a more robust discussion around some of the statistics that have been presented. But we can note immediately that there's some good news. We see an improvement in the overall crime rate, which is one of our targets as the justice institutions. And we really commend the effort of all the security forces in ensuring that our crime rate is not only managed, but is reducing. We also commend the police on the conviction rate. We, together with Mr. Wainagar, we're doing very quick mathematics here, and from the statistics that we have, it indicates a 71% conviction rate, which is an extremely high conviction rate. Many times people tell us, why do you consider the conviction rate? You should just be concerned about justice. But I think particularly for police, the conviction rate is critical. It's an indication of the quality of investigations. It's an indication that the work is being done well, the evidence is being collected and presented appropriately for the judiciary to make decisions. So we commend the work of the police, the Directorate of CID, and all the other directorates that support this work in ensuring that we have this very high conviction rate. But it's also a clear indication of the strength of our coordination structures across the justice chain. This conviction rate is a combination of the work of police, but it also involves the work of the prosecution. Few as they are, we are able to achieve this rate. And so we have to commend ourselves for the work that has been done. And we look forward to seeing that there's more effort put in to be able to improve this even further. Because at the end of the day, by the time you investigate a case and present it to the DPP, you're confident that you have the real suspect. So it should translate into a much higher conviction rate. So we should look at improving our target even better. The last time we were here, there were some areas that we had noted where the rates were reducing, some where we saw the rates were increasing, and I'm glad to note that there has been improvement, particularly in areas where we had seen an increase. We're now seeing a reduction in economic crime, which is a very good sign, and it means that we have the right interventions and the right efforts towards addressing this particular intervention. And we look forward to working closely with the police to continue to reduce this particular area, because it has become one of the more problematic areas because of its technicality, but also the syndicated nature, how it relates to other issues like corruption, and how it affects the ordinary person. And so these are areas where we think we can do a bit more work, but we commend what has been done so far. We still need to look at issues like theft, sex-related cases, domestic violence, where the numbers, even if they may be reducing, are still quite high. To have rates of 14,000 cases of domestic violence, and as the director has mentioned, some of these are quite heinous. These are areas that we need to pay special attention because they affect the family. Just recently, as the JLOS institutions, together with URSB, we held a discussion on family justice and marriage, and this was one of the areas that came out very strongly. So it's not just affecting crime, but it's affecting domestic life, and it's affecting the basic livelihoods and economic well-being of our families and our homes. So we need to put a bit more focus here, and we are committed to working together with the police to address this particular area. We also note that we still have issues around traffic and road safety. We've seen a lot of work being done to improve our roads in terms of the construction of new roads, the repairs of the old roads, and we hope that this will help to contribute to improving on the statistics around road safety. But it can also be a double-edged sword because we know with our public, with very good roads, we get high speeds and reckless driving. So as we improve the road network, we also need to focus on public education and awareness about road traffic, the road rules, and discipline so that we can address this particular issue of road safety. As I end, I just wish to commit again from the Justice Secretariat and the institutions that we continue to emphasize the 3 C's: communication, coordination, cooperation. Communication by sharing information, as we are doing today through this report. Coordination through the structures and the partnerships that we have across the chain of justice. And cooperation, ensuring that all our efforts are connected, are related, and address each other's challenges and concerns for the good of our nation. We are committed to doing this together, and we continue to looking forward to supporting the Uganda Police Force. It's also our hope, our chief guest, that in a year or 2 from now, we shall be able to hold this same function at the new home for the Uganda Police Force. And we look forward to doing that. So thank you very much for your attention.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Rachel. Incidentally, for those who don't know, Rachel, myself, and Ofono Pondo, we are from Mulanda. So those are the examples of people from Mulanda. Thank you very much. Sam, thank you for the bodyguarding. Okay, Bukit, yes, fine, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round of applause to the previous speakers for having given us those very beautiful remarks. We are now going into the signing of the dummy annual crime report, where we shall kindly ask the Inspector General of Police to come down and sign the dummy. Protocol, can you remove that face and leave the dummy? He will be followed by the Deputy Inspector General of Police, and then the DPP, the representatives of the service chiefs, and our major invited guests on the other wing, JLOS, and so on. Madam, Your Lordship. I don't know if the Governor, Bank of Uganda, was looking for a signature, which one would qualify amongst those ones that are going to appear on that dummy. Afande, we thank you for the signing of the dummy. Now we have the DIG, followed by Her Lordship, the DPP. These are very beautiful signatures. I don't know how mine will appear. Can we have the representatives of the service chiefs? The band, please give us a nice melody a slow one, which can put us in the mood of signing the dummy. Jailos and your team, please come forward, and all the invited guests from UNODC, our friends from GCIC, in that order. Madame Kareche and all the team that is seated, Lucy Ladera, my friend, Edgar, please come forward. We also have Dennis Katunji, representing Mr. Fono Ponto, the ED, Uganda Media Center. Lucy, that signature there, your money can't be stolen from the bank. Thank you, Dennis Katunji. We have the financial intelligence. Last year's dummy is at the Uganda Police Museum. This dummy will also go to the Museum of the Uganda Police. There are certain signatures that you can't easily duplicate. So we are having all directors will be able to follow in an orderly manner, beginning with AIGP Byakagawa Abbas. Lead us from that side, sir. It is Makerere University, the representative of the Vice Chancellor. You can see what comes from Makerere. Thank you very much. Edgar, I thought you were using your electric, your e-signature, the fact that you are more of into IT. Thank you very much, our directors. These are the directors who really carried out effective policing within their respective directorates. They are very smart, as you can see. Being a director, that is one of the qualities that are required for you to be a director. Director Logistics, that signature, you may think it is Arabic. We have very few senior commissioners who are in place. Can you all come up, including the PRO, and go and sign by virtue of being a senior commissioner? Please come forward. If you are delaying for me, I'm going to start. You know these things, you hurry up before the IGP closes. Those are the deputy directors who are eyeing the positions of the directors. So directors, be seated knowing that there are deputy directors who are present. They are watching every step of what you are doing. Yes. Now the tallest deputy director amongst them is the deputy director of operations. So, Senior Commissioner of Police Omoding, you can see his height and his complexion is tall, tough and dark. If you sign against the signature of the Inspector General of Police, you are in trouble. That signature of the IGP should not be disrupted. Let's also have the Undersecretary of Police, Dr. Agrewumi, please can you also go and sign? You may fail to allocate money for the next production of the annual crime report. We have to handle you well. Thank you. That's our Undersecretary. Thank you very much. That brings us to the end of the signing. The other members of Secretariat, you will sign at your own time. We are now going for group photographs, and we are going to have about 4 sets of them, where the IGP will be joined by the DIG, and then we shall start with the DPP, the representatives of the service chiefs, and all the invited guests who are JILOS, UNODC will be the first photograph. I find we invite you for the group photograph down here. Like we did the other time, we stood here, sir, and we took photographs. This is the first photograph that we are having. Make sure you have your face clearly seen. Don't hide behind another person. We want his photograph in the next police calendar. Thank you very much. The DIG and the IGP can remain behind. We are now having the directors of police to join. We can have some on the other side so that the photo is balanced, but at least we need to see each and every director. Noabin, why don't you go on the other side to balance that photo? Lawrence, Noabin, you would go the other side to balance the photo. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the directors who form the Police Advisory Committee. Deputy directors, please let's hurry up, senior commissioners, and then we also have a photo with the IGP and DIG. Secretariat, those who compiled the report, where are you? Can you hurry up, please, in the interest of time? And Secretariat, come and wait here. And finally, Secretariat, please, you're welcome. Finally, where's the protocol team? Mr. Rasalirwa, if you are not around, we are going to ask the IGP to... I don't see protocol. Thank you very much, sir. That brings us to... Thank you for performing that function. You're most welcome. Yes, Afando. Yes, sir. So, police band, you are so many, you can't fit in front here. But then we shall find another special occasion. We had wanted you to take photographs with the IGP, but you are not around. So let's now proceed. Let's first give ourselves a very big round of applause for having reached this stage of the function. We've had very, very clear and very, very clearly substantiated crime narratives, which have enabled us to understand the factors that have been contributing to crime. So I want to congratulate each and every one of you who has contributed. There's a very big announcement, lunch. We are going to have lunch at the end of this. We have 2 serving tables, the other side and this side. Protocol will lead us. But now we want to invite the director CID. You had indicated that there were some observations that you had required to make. And then you hand over to the Inspector General of Police and we get the anthems in reverse order. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MC. Afande, I chaired this organizing committee and I want to ask Fred here. You know, Fred was my twice with my deputy there for this function. I want to ask, with the permission of IGP, the organizing committee, Afande, sometimes pulling off these things, there are people who have not slept. They are either doing something, they are doing something somewhere. I want just you to stand up wherever you are for recognition by IGP and our guests. The teams behind there which have done everything possible to make our function a success. Afande, some are there on different things, but we really want to thank them. But of particular interest, Afande, other than thanking my colleagues and your guidance, I want to, Director CI, Afande, I want this man to stand up. Yesterday he helped me, we almost slept looking for how to fix the last part of this function. He used his intelligence operations. Thank you so much, General Damulira, for your support. Afande, there are also two last people I want to recognize who were working behind the scenes. My sister Kareche, the Director of the Government Citizen. All these functions have been made. We are on all platforms in the country, courtesy of her and her team, plus UBC and everybody. We have made sure this function is related to our citizens, both here and outside the country globally. Thank you, Kareche, and your team. There were a number of other technical people. The last one whom I want to mention, I think, next year, they may not support me if I don't recognize it. I hope I'll be around the Nanga. I heard you say you are waiting takeover. Yeah, with the Deputy Director. No, you don't jump the queue, Fred. Take time and wait for us. When we leave, we shall mentor you very well so that there's continuity. After as you realize, we took a deliberate decision with your permission to invite all deputy directors. Last year, they were not part of this forum, and it is IGP who guided, because we are mentoring you to continue when we go home. So I hope you have learned and you have had the opportunity. But Afande, there is another group of the media fraternity. I know, Afande, these are your friends. We want to thank them.
Are they my friends?
They have been with us since morning, and we have provided them all the necessary information to translate it in all the languages and make sure our report reaches all parts of the country. So we want to thank you for that. Now, my team, sir, has made sure each person who is in this audience gets a hard copy. But I want to pledge, maybe a few hours from now, we are going to upload the detailed copy of the annual crime report on our websites, all our police platforms. So you can have time, and then based on the guidance of our boss, on Monday we shall join the State of Nation of Enanga, and we come and we have deeper conversations. But I also want to thank my sister Rachel Jalos. Afande, they are working on something where we can have a follow-up discussion in details about each of these areas with the support of my sister, the UNODC, who is also here with us, so that we can be able to be accountable to the people. Lastly, I want to thank the service providers, the people who have worked on the environment. I think I saw Balam events, I saw service providers, the meals. There are so many people out there who make us sit here comfortably. We want to say on behalf of the IGP, we are very, very grateful. With those remarks, sir, I want to end at this point. Thank you, sir.
So you can now go back because we are going to have the anthems. So I've been your master of ceremony. I've worked with a team from protocol, police protocol, the police public relations, and the media fraternity. We thank you all for coming to this occasion. May we now rise up for the anthems in reverse order. seated. Next year, we really cherish your friendship, your love, your support for the Uganda Police. Thank you so much. The band master, please come with a few of your officers. You're going to join the protocol team for a last photograph with the Inspector General of Police. Hurry up, please. The three of you, the three officers from band, hurry up. But meanwhile, the others can continue giving us some good melodies. It's lunchtime.